Margaret sits at her kitchen table. The morning sun comes through the window. She has a cup of coffee, a stack of mail. She opens a letter from her health insurance company. Her face shifts from calm to confusion, then to fear. Her hand trembles slightly. The letter reads, "Your Medicare Advantage plan will no longer be offered in your area as of January 1st, 2026. You must select new coverage." Margaret picks up her phone. She dials the number on the letter. Hold music. A recorded voice says, "Your estimated wait time is 47 minutes. She hangs up. She opens another envelope, this one from a different insurance company. It's a quote, "Medigap Plan G, premium $347 per month." Margaret pulls out her calculator. $347 for Medigap, $202.90 for Part B, $45 for Part D prescription coverage. That's nearly $600 a month. She looks at her Social Security statement. $1,850 per month. She puts her head in her hands. Text fades in on a black screen. 2.6 million seniors lost their Medicare plan this year. Thousands more discovered they can't get a new one at any price. Here's why, and how to make sure you're not next. Edward appears on screen. He sits in a comfortable, well-lit office. Bookshelf behind him. Warm, trustworthy presence. "Hello, my name is Edward, and I'm a Senior Policy Analyst. For over 2 decades, I've helped retirees navigate the rules that the government and insurance companies don't always explain clearly." What Margaret just experienced, that letter, that panic, that calculator moment, it's not rare. It's happening to millions of Americans right now in 2026, and most of them never saw it coming. Today, I'm going to reveal the exact hidden trap built into Medicare that forces seniors into an impossible choice: lose your coverage or go broke trying to keep it. I'll show you why this happens, what the official government rules actually say, and, most importantly, the exact steps you need to take to protect yourself. Now, please stay with me until the very end, because there is one mistake, one single oversight, that I've seen seniors make hundreds of times, and it has cost people their life savings. I'll tell you what it is. But first, I want you to meet Robert. Gentle piano music underneath. Photos of a smiling couple in their 60s on a porch at a grandkid's birthday, walking a dog. Robert is 67 years old. He spent 42 years working as an electrician in Ohio. He retired 2 years ago. Like a lot of retirees, when he turned 65, he sat down with all those Medicare brochures and made a decision. He chose a Medicare Advantage plan, $0 monthly premium. It even included dental and vision and a little card for over-the-counter medicines. It looked like a great deal. Calendar pages flipping in 2019, 2020, 2021. For 2 years, everything was fine. Robert went to his regular doctor. He filled his prescriptions. He never thought much about his coverage. Then, in late 2025, a letter arrived. His Medicare Advantage plan would not be offered in 2026. The insurance company was pulling out of his county. Robert wasn't too worried. He'd heard he could switch to another Advantage plan. But when he looked, the only remaining plans in his rural Ohio county had much higher co-pays. His cardiologist, the one who'd been treating his heart condition for years, wasn't in any of the new networks. So Robert thought, fine, I'll just go back to original Medicare and buy a Medigap supplement. That way I can see any doctor I want. A red denied stamp slams onto a paper. He called an insurance company. They asked him medical questions. He told them about his heart condition, the stent he got in 2022, and they said no. Robert had no idea. He didn't know that his one-time 6-month window to buy a Medigap policy, the window where no insurance company can deny you for any reason, had closed 2 years ago, the day he picked Medicare Advantage. He also didn't know that after his plan was terminated, he only had 63 days to use a special guaranteed issue right to buy a Medigap policy without medical underwriting. Robert waited 4 months. He missed the deadline. Now, Robert is stuck. He cannot buy a Medigap policy in Ohio unless he passes medical underwriting. And with a heart condition, he won't. He can't go back to Medicare Advantage because he doesn't like the networks. And he can't stay on original Medicare alone because, well, let me show you why that's so dangerous. Edward returns. A clean graphic appears beside him. The hidden Medicare trap, how it works. Robert's story is not unique. According to the Kaiser Family Foundation, 2.6 million seniors had their Medicare Advantage plans terminated at the end of 2025. That's 13% of everyone enrolled, more than double the rate from the year before. In 6 states, Vermont, Wyoming, South Dakota, Idaho, New Hampshire, and North Dakota, more than 60% of Medicare Advantage enrollees lost their plans, and nearly 30,000 Americans were left with zero Medicare Advantage options in their area at all. This is not some small glitch in the system. This is a structural collapse driven by insurance companies cutting unprofitable plans to protect their margins. So let me break down exactly how this trap works, and I'm going to use official government sources from medicare.gov so you know this is real. The 6-month window, use it or lose it. Here is what medicare.gov says, and I'm reading this directly from the official government website. Under federal law, you get a 6-month Medigap open enrollment period. It starts the first month you have Medicare Part B and you're 65 or older. During those 6 months, any insurance company that sells Medigap policies in your state must sell you one. They cannot deny you for any health condition. They cannot charge you more because you have diabetes or heart disease or cancer. They cannot delay your coverage. This is your one and only guaranteed ticket into the Medigap system. But here is what the same government page says about what happens after those 6 months end. Outside of your Medigap open enrollment period, you may have to pay more for a policy. Fewer policy options may be available to you. The insurance company is allowed to deny you a policy if you don't meet their medical underwriting requirements. Let me translate that for you. Once the 6-month window closes, you have no federal right to buy Medigap ever again unless you fit into one of a few very narrow exceptions. The advantage to Medigap trap, Medigap. Now here's where millions of Americans get caught, exactly like Robert. At 65, most people compare 2 paths. Path 1, original Medicare plus a Medigap supplement, coverage anywhere, no networks, but expensive premiums. Plan G averages about $164 per month, and that's on top of your Part B premium, which is $202.90 in 2026. Plus, you need a separate Part D drug plan. Path 2, Medicare Advantage, often a $0 premium, includes drug coverage, includes dental and vision perks. On paper, Path 2 looks like the obvious winner, and for a 65-year-old who is healthy, that math seems to make sense. But here is what nobody tells you. According to the official CMS publication, Choosing a Medigap Policy, it is illegal for someone to sell you a Medigap policy while you're enrolled in Medicare Advantage. So when you choose Path 2, you are not just picking one plan. You are closing the door on Medigap. And once your 6-month open enrollment window is gone, which it will be by the time you realize you might want Medigap, you cannot simply walk back through. Now, there are exceptions. These are called guaranteed issue rights, and they are critically important. You can buy a Medigap policy without underwriting if 1. Your Medicare Advantage plan leaves Medicare or stops serving your area. You get 63 days. 2. You joined Medicare Advantage for the first time at 65 and you disenroll within your first 12 months. This is called the trial right. 3. You move out of your planned service area. 4. Your employer or COBRA coverage ends. 5. Your Medigap company goes bankrupt or misled you. But here's the catch that destroyed Robert's options. Those windows are short. You typically have 60 days before your coverage ends to 63 days after. If you miss that deadline, the window slams shut, and you may never get another chance. The premium crisis. Now, even if you do everything right, even if you buy Medigap during your open enrollment window, there is a second trap waiting for you. And it's showing up right now in 2026. Medigap premiums are skyrocketing. According to KFF, the Kaiser Family Foundation, the average Medigap premium across all policyholders was already $217 per month in 2023. But CBS News and KFF Health News reported just last month that rate increases for 2026 are hitting 12% to over 26% across major insurance companies. Some carriers in certain states have imposed 45% premium increases, effective immediately, not phased in. What does this look like in real life? Let's say you're 75 years old. Your Plan G Medigap premium just increased to $310 a month. You're paying the Part B premium of $290. You have a Part D drug plan at $45. Your total monthly health insurance bill, before you even see a doctor, is $557.90. If your Social Security check is $2,000, roughly the average, more than a quarter of your income disappears just to pay for insurance premiums. And because you can't switch Medigap plans without underwriting in most states, unless you live in one of the 16 states with a birthday rule, you're trapped. You can't shop around. You just have to pay whatever they charge. What happens if you have no supplemental coverage? I want to show you the scariest statistic in all of Medicare. Original Medicare has no out-of-pocket maximum. That is not an exaggeration. That is the law. Medicare.gov confirms it. Unlike Medicare Advantage plans, which have a federally mandated out-of-pocket cap of $9,850 in 2026, Original Medicare alone has no limit on what you can owe. If you get cancer and need chemotherapy, Medicare Part B covers 80%. You owe 20%. With no Medigap policy, that 20% is your responsibility, with no ceiling. A hospitalization under Part A in 2026 comes with a $1,676 deductible per benefit period. After 60 days, you pay $419 per day. After 90 days, $838 per day. And those are just the Part A costs. Without Medigap, one serious illness can mean medical debt that follows you for the rest of your life. This is the choice facing millions of seniors right now. Pay premiums you can barely afford, or face unlimited financial risk. All right, I have shown you the trap. Now let me show you exactly what to do about it. 3 steps. I want you to write these down or take a screenshot. Step 1. Find out where you stand today. Right now, I want you to answer 3 questions. First, are you still within your 6-month Medigap open enrollment period? This starts the month you get Part B and turn 65. If you are in this window, buy a Medigap policy now. Do not wait. Do not think you'll do it later. The best plans at the best prices are only available during this window. Second, are you on Medicare Advantage? If yes, pull out your annual notice of change. Look at your premiums, your co-pays, your drug formulary, and your provider network. If anything has changed in a way that worries you, you have options during open enrollment from October 15 to December 7. Third, did your Medicare Advantage plan get terminated? If so, you have a guaranteed issue right to buy a Medigap policy, but you must act within 63 days of losing coverage. Do not wait. Step 2. Get unbiased help, not from an insurance salesman. Every state has a program called SHIP, the State Health Insurance Assistance Program. These are trained counselors who do not sell insurance. They do not work for any insurance company. They give you free, unbiased advice about your Medicare options. Visit shiphelp.org or call 1-800-MEDICARE and ask for your local SHIP office. I want to be clear. An insurance agent makes a commission when they sell you a plan. A SHIP counselor makes nothing. They just want to help you make the right choice. Also, contact your state insurance department. They can tell you if a company has complaints against them. They can tell you what rights your state gives you beyond the federal minimums. Step 3. Know your state's rules before you make any move. Medigap rules change dramatically depending on where you live. If you live in California, Idaho, Illinois, Oregon, or one of the other birthday rule states, you can switch Medigap plans around your birthday every year without medical underwriting. If you live in Connecticut, Massachusetts, Maine, or New York, you have even broader protections, continuous or annual guaranteed issue rights. But if you live in the other 30-plus states, your options after open enrollment are extremely limited. In those states, the decision you make at 65 may be the last free choice you ever get. So before you switch from Medigap to Medicare Advantage or from one Medigap plan to another, know what your state allows. A SHIP counselor can help you with this. And one more thing, keep every letter, every notice, every claim denial, every envelope with a postmark. If you ever need to prove you had a guaranteed issue right, these documents are your evidence. Without them, an insurance company can deny you. Edward looks directly into the camera, warm but urgent tone. Here is the truth that I have learned after 20 years of doing this work. The rules are complicated by design. The system is confusing because confusion benefits the companies, not you. Your protection is information. Your protection is community. Your protection is taking action before the deadline passes. If this video helped you understand something you didn't know before, something you wish you'd known 5 years ago, then please do not rely on the YouTube algorithm to keep you informed. These rules change constantly. Policy shifts happen overnight, and the next letter in your mailbox could be the one that changes everything. I have created something specifically for you. Right now, go to the description box below this video. You will find a link to join the Global Senior Alerts official WhatsApp channel. When you join, you will receive real-time alerts about Social Security changes, Medicare policy updates, pension rules, banking regulations that affect retirees, insurance claim deadlines, and travel requirements for seniors. You will also get a free download, the Senior Benefits Protection Guide. It's a checklist that walks you through every benefit, every deadline, and every protection you have under federal law. Print it, keep it by your phone, use it when you talk to insurance companies. This channel is free. There is no catch. I built it because I have seen too many people like Robert, too many people like the woman at the beginning of this video, who just needed someone to tell them the rules before it was too late. So please, click that link, join the channel, get the guide, and stay protected. I'm Edward. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.